That's Jonathan time.
Oh, we're doing the trip. You're doing it. 6 minutes.
No,
All right, so there we go, my friends. A little bit late here this morning, but better late than never, right? What happened was my MacBook had done an update, and I had lost permissions to connect my audio and video. So it took a few minutes to figure that out. And John Dent helped me out here in the studio. I appreciate that very much. Charlie, how are you this morning, buddy? Oh, I'm doing better now. So I apologize, my friends, for being late here this morning on the behind the mic. Like I say, we got it all figured out now. So I really don't have much time to talk now because we've got to start recording the radio show here in about, I don't know what turn. 5 minutes. Oh, geez. We got a lot of time to talk.
I can make it shorter if you like.
No. So anyway, my friends, how are you? Good morning. Welcome to another edition, the belated edition, a delayed edition of Behind the Mic. Jim, good morning. How are you? Nice to have you along with us. How are things in your world? Are you enjoying the cooler temps? I know I certainly am. All right, some things to get to real quick here. We did reach our goal of $10,000 on the raising money. Mike, you say you're late. Guess what? I was late too. We had some technical problems here, and I was just able to log in right now. So I am late as well. So I appreciate you being along with me on what is going to be a very abbreviated version of this edition of Behind the Mic. We did end up meeting our goal of $10,000 on the golf outing. And here's how that happened. We ended up at 9 and change after the event. In my mind, I had a goal of $10,000. I don't know why I did, but it was my goal. The folks at MUCC made a landing page for us. I went on Wednesday Night Live last Wednesday night and said, can you help us out? And by Thursday morning, we had over $10,000. So you guys are the best. Steve, good morning. How are you? Craig, always a pleasure. Uncle Johnny, I have your tickets for the Loons game. So I will get those. Wait, by the way, John, thank you for the tickets to the Tigers game. I've never had seats like that at a professional sporting event. Those were outstanding. Thank you. Right, Jerry, better late than never. And you're talking about me, I know. Patrick checking in from the GM Truck Assembly Plant. Mitchell, good morning. How are you? Jim says he's got his bear bait waiting for the middle of the month to start bringing them in. I am so excited for bear season. I can't tell you. What else? We are having a Wednesday night live at the Lumberjack. Wednesday, September 18th. Call 989-343-0892 starting tomorrow. Art, pop in here real quick. Show them what you've got, Art. Art made a trip to the UP.
No, by mail.
Oh, that's right. Look what he's got.
Rapid
River knife. He used the promo code Avery10 and got 10% off on that beautiful knife. How cool is that? Jordan, good morning. How are you? Scott, nice to have you along with us. Art, thank you as well for joining us on the golf outing
great.
last week. It was fun, wasn't
I'll
it?
see you up on the 18th.
We will do it again next year for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Art used his promo code Avery10. You can use Avery Golf 10 to get 10% off on your truck trolley as well. Jerry, my son's first bear hunt might be going with him. Excellent. Jordan, how are your plans to get on the NRC? Anything moving that direction? So what else? Cooler temps, cicadas buzzing, hunting season coming up around the corner here now. Wednesday night live at the Lumberjack on the 18th. Call 989-343-0892 starting tomorrow for reservations. Bill, good morning. How are you? Appreciate you joining us. Again, I was a little bit late this morning. My Mac had done an operating system update. So when I went into StreamYard, which is my streaming platform that allows me to go to so many different places, we had lost permissions, meaning I didn't have permission for my camera and my microphone to talk. Let me send a quick text. Okay. Oh, I got to second another text here. Okay, all good, all good. Lost permissions. Anyway, I'm back with you now. Mike, good morning. How are you? Kevin, always a pleasure. Dave just ordered my new to be made fillet knife. Chris showed me the new promo. Can't wait to receive it. 30 seconds. All right. So again, this was a very abbreviated edition of Behind the Mic. But I will be back tonight for another edition of Wednesday Night Live. And hopefully you can join me then, 7 o'clock. We will have, good morning, Pastor. How are you? Always a pleasure, Joe. I have my technical problems figured out now. Permissions have been changed, so I will be able to go live at 7 o'clock without a delay. Again, we're doing a Wednesday night live at the Lumberjack Restaurant in West Branch. You can't call until tomorrow for reservations, 989-343-0892, 989-343-0892. I am going to now record the first segment of this week's Outdoor Magazine radio show. And since you didn't hear it and Behind the Mic, you might as well stick around. Ross, good morning, buddy. How are you? What else? All right, I got to go to work. So tonight, 7 o'clock, Wednesday Night Live. Hope to see you then. In the meantime, have a wonderful day. It does feel like fall. All right, my friends. See you later. Well, thank you, Ken Hunter, for that introduction, and welcome to another edition of the Outdoor Magazine radio show right here on the Outdoor Magazine radio network on more than 30 radio stations across the great state of Michigan. Yes, this is indeed a radio show. And I always say the best way to listen to this show, if you can, is on your local radio station. Of course, there is a podcast version that's available if you can't hear us on your local radio station. So what's going on? Well, since we've last talked, the temperatures have dropped. The humidity has dropped. And doesn't it feel wonderful? Oh my goodness. It was so hot and so muggy. Going back to the golf outing a week and a half ago, it was unbearable out there in the afternoon. Last weekend, went down to a Tigers game with my wife and my wife Denise and my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. Again, thank you, Uncle Johnny, for those tickets. We had unbelievable tickets at Comerica. There was nothing between us and the field but a mesh fence to stop the baseballs. I mean, we were sitting at the dugout. But boy, oh boy, was it hot. There was no breeze down. It must have been 110 degrees on the field. But anyway, I digress. But it is beautiful now. The temperatures are better, and it's starting to feel a little bit like fall, maybe. Cicadas are buzzing. And the hunting season is coming up now, not too far away. I know a lot of people are very excited about the upcoming deer season. I'm seeing a lot of comments online about trail cameras and food plots, and I wish I could get that excited about it. But you know what I am excited about? Bear season coming up. I do have a tag to hunt the third season in the Newberry district. I am not going. Normally at this time right now, I would be going to White River, Ontario for a mid-August hunt with Ron St. Louis of Northern Wilderness Bear Outfitters. A couple of things got in the way of that this year, so I'm not going to Ontario, but I am bear hunting here in Michigan in September. Regardless, my mind is looking at bear hunting. That's what I'm excited about. My buddy Ross was, he's got some trail cameras on some baits up in Ontario, and he was sending me those pictures. It's like, man, the lack of enthusiasm I have for deer hunting is more than made up by the excitement I have for bear hunting. You know, Ross and I are talking about these pictures. How big is that bear? Is that a boar? Is that a sow? So I haven't lost my passion, my enthusiasm for hunting, just for deer hunting, but bear hunting is still there. But listen, if you've got pictures of bears coming into baits, and you might, you're not going to have those for a little bit yet here in Michigan, send them to me. If you want me to share them, I'd be happy to do that. Send me an email to mike@mikeaveryoutdoors.com. If you've got pictures, trail camera pictures of deer, I'd love to see them, love to share them. I won't tell people where they are at. I'm not going to give up your honey hole. Send me an email to mike@mikeaveryoutdoors.com. I have a lot of people who want to send me messages and photos and questions through the different social media messaging platforms. The best way to do that is just to avoid those. I may or may not see them if I'm on the social media messaging platform. Send me an email, mike@mikeaveryoutdoors.com. That's mike@mikeaveryoutdoors.com. But I do want to see your pictures. And if you have a kid in the outdoors, use the hashtag Forward Fuels Tradition. If you forget to put that on there, I will put it on, Forward Fuels Tradition. And each month we will draw a winner from those best pictures. And your family will get a gift certificate to the Forward convenience stores, a $50 gift certificate. How cool is that? Okay, speaking of pictures, I saw a picture this past week. It was actually posted on a private Facebook page that I am a member of. And it was a picture of me in the newsroom of TV5 41 years ago. It was 41 years ago at the beginning of August that I started to work at WNEM TV5 as a reporter. I had 3 years in at WJRT TV12 before that. So I am now in my 44th year of broadcasting. As I looked at that picture, it was fun, funny, humorous, interesting, because it was a young, skinny, dark-haired, full head of hair, Mike Avery, sitting back in the corner of the newsroom at my desk with a typewriter in front of me. You remember what typewriters are? Have you ever heard of a typewriter? Okay, a typewriter in front of me. And it made me think about how things have changed over the years. Technology, well, obviously the world has changed. Technology has changed. Mass communication has changed. I haven't used a typewriter in a while. But I think about back then when I was, working in television news, and if we wanted to go live, you needed a photographer, a live truck, a TV studio back at the station to make it happen. These days, I go live, I pick up my phone, I can go live. And I do that at least twice a week, every Wednesday morning from the radio studio at 8:45 for my Behind the Mic segments. And then again, every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock for our Wednesday night lives. By the way, we are going to have another Wednesday night live at the Lumberjack Restaurant coming up Wednesday, September 18th. There was some talk of doing it on the 11th because, before we really got into, because on September 15th, small game season starts, and then you've got bear season starting. So I thought, well, let's see if we can't get our Wednesday night live in before the hunting seasons really kick off. I mean, waterfowl season will be open and such, but before the seasons really kick off. And I said, you know what? In good conscience, I cannot get together on 9/11 and have a celebration. It just didn't seem right. So we've moved it back to the 18th, 9/18. Love to have you join us there. If you want to, you'll need reservations. There's no fee to attend, but you will need reservations. Please call 989-343-0892. 989-343-0892 for reservations. If nobody answers, let the phone ring. A machine will eventually pick it up if nobody's in there. Let it ring. Tell the machine how many people will be in your party, what your name is, and a phone number for confirmation. 989-343-0892. Speaking of the Lumberjack when I was up there for our first annual Mike Avery Outdoors charity golf outing to benefit MUCC's youth camp. I ate at the restaurant, which is wonderful, stayed in the newly remodeled hotel. It was beautiful. You might remember I had Steve Wyndham of MUCC on the show last week, and we were talking about how much money was raised. Now, you never know with a first-year event how it's going to turn out. I look back on that event, and it was an absolute success. In my mind, I had a goal of raising $10,000. And I thought that was an ambitious but very reachable goal. And again, all of that money goes towards MUCC's youth camp, getting kids involved in the outdoors. It doesn't go towards operating expenses of MUCC or lobbying or anything like that. So after the event, we had made $9,000 and some change, in the low nines. I asked the folks at MUCC if they would give me a landing page and we could continue to contribute. They said, absolutely. So I went on Wednesday Night Live and I said, here's the deal. We didn't make our $10,000, but you can still contribute. You can still donate. You can still help now. And I made a couple of pleas and I posted the website on Wednesday Night Live. By Thursday morning, we had reached our $10,000 goal. We cleared more than $10,000 on that first annual golf outing. And some of the people who made that happen had already contributed and sponsored the event in the first place. I am truly blessed to work with so many great people, to have so many of you who listen to this show and follow me on social media, who have supported me over the years, tying it back into that picture of TV5 41 years ago. When I look at where my career has come, where it has been, how it has evolved, and the fact that so many of you have continued to support me and work with me and follow me over the years, I am truly, truly blessed. I thank you so very much for that. Coming up after the break here in the Outdoor Magazine radio show, Eric Long of Long Line Charters talks about his multi-species fishing trips on Lake St. Clair. You know, a lot of people are heading west to go salmon fishing right now. There's still some good fishing on the east side. Then Tom Campbell of Woods and Water News. It's a busy show. I don't have time now to go through it all. Tim Roller, Andrea Collenbach talking about losing sheep in the UP to either coyotes or wolves. Tom Nelson of the American Archer, Dixie Dave Miner, and more, all coming up right here on Outdoor Magazine. I am so glad that you are along with us. All right, friends, I was able to sneak that all in. James says I was 7 when you started at TV5, and he's now probably 50 years old. Ed, good morning. Jim, good morning. Justin, thank you. Dan, thank you. Tim's calling. Tim, do not call for reservations today. They are not open today. I couldn't mention that on the radio show because, you know, they'll be hearing this weekend. Don't call for reservations till tomorrow, 989-343-0892. All right, my friends, have a good day. Sorry I joined you late, but I'll be back here tonight at 7 o'clock on the dot. Hope to see you then.